Welcome to the Royal Calcutta Turf Club Calcutta Races Christmas meeting first day Saturday 2nd December 2023 race preview. The first race of the afternoon is the off-road handicap for horses rated 1 to 26 to be run over a distance of 1600 meters. First runner we are looking at is Lucky 9, who moved base from Hyderabad. The first start it had was in race number 2, where it went over 1600 meters, was in a forward position as they entered the home straight. That started to slip back and eventually finished on third. The winner here was Rashpudi in green, who won that race by a lengthening margin of 6 lengths. Moving on to number 2, Tenderheart, who's already had a couple of starts in this season, where in race number 2 it finished on 6th, in race number 9 it finished on 5th after travelling in 8th spot throughout, as you can see, in the grey jacket with the black star, and came out and finished up closer to the winner, which was White Roses, who was a little tardy out of the gates but then came up and took charge and won that race impressively. Number 3 is Ganadora Arizona out of Top Romance. One start for Ganadora, where she was travelling in 4th spot. This was in race number 20 in the monsoon season over 1200 meters and eventually finished on 4th. The winner here was Rocket Man, who absolutely pulverized the opposition, won that race by 6 1/4 lengths. Moving on to number 4, Trident Star, Phoenix Star out of Sugarmint. Couple of starts for Trident Star, one in Bangalore where it finished on 8th. In its first start in the Calcutta track in race number 1, it was in 6th spot as the horses took the turn, then eventually made up some placing and finished on 4th. The winner here was Tropical Lady, who won that race by a length and a quarter. Number 5 is Mars Fiero out of Outer Space. Mars had 3 starts in the Bangalore season. In its first start after coming back to Calcutta in race number 8, it was in forward position as they entered the last 200 meters and then started to drop back and eventually finished on 5th. The winner here was Huma, who won that race by 8 lengths. Moving on to the second race of the afternoon, the Hartnell Handicap for horses rated 21 to 46, rated 1 to 26, eligible to be run over a distance of 1200 meters. The first runner we're looking at is number 1, Trebia. Trebia had a start in race number 9 in the current season, where it took the turn in 11th spot, made up a placing and eventually finished on 10th. The winner here was White Roses, who won that race very impressively by 2 3/4 of a length. Number 3 is Lion Queen. Lion Queen had a couple of starts in the monsoon season, was winner in race number 1 where it got the measure of UV. In its next start, the one we are looking at in race number 11, took the turn in 4th spot and came up and finished on 3rd. The winner here was East Side. We had 5 runners which went up against each other in race number 12 in the current season. First up, we had Impermanence, who was in 2nd spot, then dropped back and eventually finished on 7th. We had number 6, Sun God. Sun God, who was travelling in 8th spot and made up a couple of placing and eventually finished on 6th. Number 7 was UV. UV was in 6th spot, came up and eventually finished on 2nd. Number 9 and 10, that's Italian Gold. Italian Gold was in 7th spot, made up some late gains and finished on 4th. Number 10, Sporting Trainer, who took the turn in last spot, then made up a few placings after being a little slowly out of the gates and eventually finished on 9th. The winner here was Jamaica, who won that race very impressively by 4 1/4 lengths. Number 5 is Tropical Lady. Tropical Lady, after finishing on 2nd in his only start in the monsoon season, this start and was in the current season, the first race of the season, where it took the turn in 4th spot, then into the last 150 meters, took charge and won that race by a length and a quarter, beating Cosmic Cowboy into 2nd. We move on to the third race of the afternoon, the Suturday handicap for horses rated 41 to 66, rated 21 to 46 eligible. This is a no whip race to be run over a distance of 1200 meters. The first two runners we are looking at: number 1 Maktub, number 5 Devuska, and number 6 is Mount Reno. Maktub, this was in race number 7, took the turn in second spot, then when asked for an effort started to backpedal a little bit and eventually finished on 4th. Number 5 Devuska, who took the turn in 4th spot, also weakened and eventually finished on 5th. Mount Reno, who took the turn in 6th spot, stayed on in 5th. The winner here was Mescal, who won that race by about half a length. Number 2 is Celtic Harlequin, earlier known as Agostini Karachi. This was in race number 27 in the monsoon season, where it was in 4th spot as they entered the home straight, made up a placing and eventually finished on 3rd of 4 runners. The winner here was Longlease, who won that race by a widening margin of 6 1/4 lengths. Couple of runners again. Number 3 is Horus the Great. This was in race number 28 in the monsoon season, where Horus the Great was in 2nd spot at the end of the home straight, then started to weaken and eventually finished on 5th. Number 4 Burmese, who was in a forward position as they entered the home straight, then started to really backpedal and eventually finished on 6th. The winner here was Jawai, who won that race by almost 4 lengths. Number 7 is Palcha. Couple of starts for Palcha after coming down from Hyderabad. First up, it finished on 7th, then race number 6. Then in race number 9, the one we are looking at, took the turn in 9th spot, made up a placing and eventually finished on 8th. The winner here was White Roses, who won that race by 2 3/4 of a length. Number 8 is Regency Gold. Regency Gold skipped the monsoon season. This is from the previous winter season, where in race number 151, Regency Gold was in 2nd spot at the end of the home straight, kept on fighting something and eventually finished on 3rd. The winner here was Maktub, who won that race by a length and 3/4. Moving on to the fourth race of the afternoon, the Noble View handicap for horses rated 41 to 66, rated 21 to 46, eligible to be run over a distance of 1400 meters. The first runner we're looking at is number 1 Jaw Lafette. This was in race number 18 in the current season, where Jaw Lafette was in 3rd spot as they entered the home straight, kept on battling and eventually finished on 3rd. The winner here was Swift, who came up wide of the track and took charge and won that race by 3/4 of a length. Number 2 is Mandolin. Mandolin had a couple of starts in the monsoon season, 2nd and 3rd in each of his 2 starts. This start was in race number 14 in the current season, where it went over 1600 meters, was in 4th spot at the end of the home straight. Did not make any further improvement, finished on 4th of 4 runners. The winner here was Kifa, who won that race by a length and a half. Number 3 is Dragon's Gold. Dragon's Gold had one solid restart in the monsoon season, and what a start it was in race number 19. It went on a start to finish mission over 1600 meters and made every poster winning one, and into the home straight, kicked away from the field, won that race by 6 1/2 lengths, beating Ghost into 2nd. Number 4 is Dubai Star. Dubai Star had a couple of starts already in this current season, where Dubai Star first up it finished on 6th in race number 4 behind Merope, and its last start, the one we are looking at, is in race number 7. It was in 5th spot at the end of the home straight, came up with a dazzling run down the center and eventually finished on a close 2nd to Mescal, about half a length from the winner. Number 5 is White Roses. White Roses, this was his first start in the Calcutta track, where in race number 9 it was a little slowly out of the gates, was racing in 3rd spot at the end of the home straight, then took charge into the last 150 meters and won that race by 2 3/4 of a length, beating Tucson into 2nd. We move on to the fifth and feature race of the afternoon, the Bright Hanover Cup, for horses rated 95 and above to be run over a distance of 1400 meters. First, we had three runners which went up against each other in race number 11. We had number 3 Awesome One, number 1 Savvy Chick, and number 6 Tactical Command. Savvy Chick made every post a winning one and kept on finding something and kicked away from the field. Number 3 Awesome One was chasing Savvy Chick all throughout the race, and all it could do was chase the shadows of Savvy Chick. And the other runner was number 6 was Tactical Command. Tactical Command was in 4th spot, then came up and eventually finished on 3rd. Number 2 is Delphini. Delphini is bated breath out of performer. This was in the current season where Delphini was a little slowly out of the gates. This was in race number 5. Was in 4th spot as they ended the home straight and into the last 150 meters, took charge and won that race by 3 1/4 lengths, beating Hidden Gold into 2nd. Number 4 is Stockbridge. This was from the monsoon season where Stockbridge in race number 24 was in 2nd spot as they ended the home straight, then took charge soon after and then kicked away from the field, won that race by 6 3/4 lengths, beating Tactical Command into 2nd. Three runners went up against each other in race number 17, which was a very eventful race where the favourite came a cropper into the first 200 meters. Tigrio, who was in 2nd spot, took charge into the last 300 meters and won that race very impressively. Number 7 Siege Perilous was in 5th spot, made up a placing and finished on 4th. And number 8 Summer Night, who was on a start to finish mission, then threw in the towel into the last 300 meters and finished on 3rd. Moving on to the 6th and last race of the day, the Icelandic Handicap, for horses rated 61 to 86, rated 41 to 66, eligible to be run over a distance of 2000 meters. We got 4 runners going up in this race. The first runner we are looking at, number 2 Dubai Gold. This was from the current season where Dubai Gold was in 4th spot as they entered the home straight. This was in race number 3 where it went over 1600 meters and eventually Dubai Gold fell back and finished on 4th. The winner here was Basharat, who took the inside run and got that race in the shadows of the post. Number 3 is Rimmel. Couple of starts already for Rimmel in this season. First up, it finished on 3rd in race number 3 in a small field of 4. And his last start took the turn in 6th spot. This was in race number 13 over 1100 meters and made up a placing and eventually finished on 5th. The winner here was Rodrigo. Number 4 is Sonata, Win Legend out of Bold Reply. This was in the monsoon season in race number 25 where Sonata was on a start to finish mission, was given a breather as they entered the last 600 meters, then again kicked away from the field and won that race, beating Acrobat into 2nd. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. See you at the races.